Ladies and gents, the international break is finally over and club football is back. With the FA Cup this weekend, some big games there with Premier League action returning next Tuesday. A massive game for Spurs. We've got Chelsea away. Arsenal have announced that Bukayo Saka will be returning for the next game. He put an Instagram post up saying, hello, me again. Andrea, Berta's plan. What does that look like? According to sources, Viktor Gyökeres could be available for £50 million and does apparently want to move. And Liverpool looking at right back replacements for Trent Alexander-Arnold, with Frimpong being the name mentioned. We've got so much to get into. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts on all of the transfer stories. Make sure you watch the video the whole way through, because I'm probably going to cover 6 stories here. And of course, hit that subscribe button. We are steamrolling our way towards 50K. We are 1,150 subscribers away. So hit that subscribe button from a huge, huge milestone for this channel. I mean, the fact that we're approaching 50K is just absolutely mental. Right. We're going to start with Frimpong. Number of sources, the Daily Record, the Sun, the Mail, have all come out speaking about him. The Daily Record have come out and said that Bayer Leverkusen star Jeremie Frimpong is reportedly on the verge of agreeing a move to Liverpool. Now, I don't really know what to make of that, because Jeremie Frimpong is a very, very good player, but he, for me, is not a right back. He's a winger. He's very, very good going forward. He even plays on the wing for the Netherlands. 4 goals and 5 assists this season in 26 games in the Bundesliga. You know, he's having a relatively good season. He got 3 assists in the Champions League as well this season, and 1 assist in the DFB Pokal. But I think like for like, the way Liverpool need to go about this is replacing Trent Alexander-Arnold's creativity and actually getting a more defensively minded right back in. I think Trent's final pass is one of the best in the world. I think he's an unbelievable crosser, the way he can strike a ball. But Frimpong, for me, would be coming in as the Liverpool don't play wing backs. Liverpool, they're going to be relying on the right back to be defensively strong. They're either going to go, one of the fullbacks will be attacking, one of them will be defensively. They have been very heavily linked with Gyokeres from Bournemouth. I think they might bring in a defensive right back and sign Gyokeres and let Gyokeres go forward. If Jeremie Frimpong is going to come in like this report suggests, then I think he'll be coming in as a forward. I don't think he is as good as Trent Alexander-Arnold, if we're being honest, but I think he's a very, very good player. I think he could definitely do some good stuff for Liverpool, but I just don't know where he's going to fit in terms of the defensive setup. And speaking of Bournemouth, there is no way Bournemouth will sell more than 1 or 2 of their prize assets this season. Gyokeres, I think, will join Liverpool, and I think Dean Huijsen will leave. Semenyo and Kluivert, I think, will be staying. But Gyokeres, I think, would be a fantastic signing for Liverpool. I think he ticks all the boxes. I think he's a very, very, very good player. And I honestly do think that he would be a great addition. Now, Alexander Isak and Viktor Gyökeres, the 2 most spoken about strikers in terms of transfers in the world right now. Alexander Isak has snubbed interest from the likes of Barcelona, Chelsea, and Liverpool to choose Arsenal as his preferred destination this summer. Now, once again, before anyone in the comments says, oh, clickbait, 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 I'm literally just giving my opinion on these reports. I'm not saying it's going to happen. According to this, he's chosen Alexander Isak has snubbed interest in Barcelona, Chelsea, and Liverpool to choose Arsenal as his preferred location. Now, I said yesterday that I do think if Alexander Isak is going to leave, it will be to Arsenal. I believe he would be the perfect fit. I would believe he would be the quote-unquote final piece. I honestly think his ability, his numbers, they're absolutely they're ridiculous. Let's just call it what it is. He is a world-class number 9. He's proven he can step up in the big games, scoring in the quarterfinals, scoring in the semi-final, scoring in the final. He ticks every single box and more for Arsenal. According to other reports, Liverpool are prepared to go out there and break the bank for him. So make believe of the report what you want to believe. I personally think he will be staying if Liverpool gets, if Newcastle get Champions League football. If he doesn't, I think it's going to be a very, very interesting Alexander Isak saga, because this report now says Liverpool are prepared to break their transferred record to sign Alexander Isak. However, Gomez, Quansah, Harvey Elliott, and Ben Doak could all be offered in a swap deal to bring his price down. Harvey Elliott would be a great addition to Newcastle. I believe Joe Gomez and Quansah can be effective. I don't really know much about Ben Doak, but if they're prepared, whoever signs him is going to be paying £100 million. Let's just call it what it is. He's 120, 130 million pounds. That is what's going to happen. If he does leave, that is. Now, another report coming out from the Sun saying Viktor Gyökeres will be allowed to leave Sporting this summer if a transfer fee of the region of 50.2 million to 58.5 million, which would be around 65 to 70 million euros. Now, Viktor Gyökeres, apparently, according to reports coming out in Portugal, does actually want a move. Now, here's where the domino effect plays out, because we'll start with Liverpool. They need to sell Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz, according to some reports. I would imagine if they sell both of those, Liverpool could go out there and probably spend 200 to 250 million pounds. There's also a report out there that Arsenal are going to go and do 250 to 300 million pounds themselves. Martin Zubimendi's being heavily linked, but Viktor Gyökeres. I mean, for me personally, I honestly believe Viktor Gyökeres has more chance leaving, and I said this yesterday, than Isak does Newcastle, but I think Isak has more chance of joining Arsenal than Liverpool. Now, Viktor Gyökeres' numbers are absolutely stupidly good. They are unbelievable. We're talking about one of the best number 9s in the world. This season, 28 goals and 5 assists, 33 GA in 25 is stupidly high. In the Champions League, 6 goals and 1 assist in 8. In the Taça de Liga, 4 goals in 3. In the Europa League last season, 5 goals and 2 assists in 9. He ticks all the boxes. He's an unbelievable centre forward. He, for me, would be a great addition to whoever he joins. But the big question is Andrea Berta. We'll start with the Arsenal side of things now. Andrea Berta is apparently going to be announced at some point in the next couple of weeks. What plan does he have? Because previously, Arsenal were heavily linked to Benjamin Sesko. Now, does their plan potentially change because of Andrea Berta? Absolutely. Does when we look at this right now, does Alexander Isak for the £130 million price tag? I said this yesterday. Is it better to go for Gyokeres and Nico Williams? For Liverpool, would they go for Gyokeres? According to reports, Mohamed Salah is very, very close to signing a contract, which is a massive, massive, massive bit of news for them. Liverpool are expecting big proposals for Darwin Núñez. I honestly think this summer is going to be chaos. You got the transfer window opening, then closing 9 days later because of the Club World Cup. Liverpool are expecting big proposals from Saudi League for Darwin Núñez. I think Liverpool need to focus on getting rid of Núñez and Luis Diaz potentially before they look at bringing someone in. And I think Arsenal need to make sure 100% they know who they want to get. 1,000%. There's no point going out there and signing a player that doesn't 100% suit Arteta. They did that with players before. Just to throw something completely different out there, Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca was left fuming. Listen to this. Was left fuming after the under-21s beat the first team 3-0 and cancelled yesterday's day off for the players in the first team. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, Chelsea, listen, if they're losing to under 21s, that's a major red flag. I know some people might say, etc., etc. No, no, no. But yeah, for me, nah. And then the last bit of Liverpool news, Mohamed Salah is close to extending his contract at Liverpool. Salah has received a more convincing offer, partly thanks to the possible departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold, which reduces the wage bill. Now, I've remained consistent. I do think Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk will sign new contracts, and I've always remained consistent that I do think Trent Alexander-Arnold will be leaving. And now, of course, that has come to reality. Now, in terms of Andrea Berta, what can we expect from him? Well, Arsenal have obviously got their entire season now is looking into that Real Madrid game, which is Tuesday, the 8th of April. They have got a very, very busy April. They've got Ipswich Town, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Everton, Fulham, and Real Madrid home and away. Liverpool have only really got the Premier League to focus on now, and a couple more wins, and it's practically done. Andrea Berta, whenever he does sign, needs to look at this squad and think, where can I strengthen? And that is, of course, the left wing, the number 9, and a creative midfielder. Lots of Arsenal fans are rejecting the fact that they do need another creative midfielder. Declan Rice has got their most assists this season, and practically every single assist has been from a corner. So, you know, he might have 5 assists in the league, he might have 8 assists, whatever, but they're all from corners. They need someone with a killer pass. Ethan Nwaneri is apparently, and Miles Lewis-Skelly are very close to signing new contracts. In terms of Liverpool, for me, they need a winger. Salah, Cody Gakpo, very, very good. They need one more and the number 9. I personally think, you know, Gyokeres will be a great signing on that left-hand side. Great link up with Cody Gakpo. And they probably need to bring in another centre-back. You know, Konate is being heavily linked to Real Madrid. They're prepared to wait for him. You know what Real Madrid do? They go out and they're the kings of the free transfers. Rudiger, Mbappe, Trent. You know, that this is what they do. But it'd be very interesting to hear your thoughts. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Make sure you have that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts on Gyokeres, on Salah, on all these other players. And I will see you all